going on, everybody? This is Joe.
And Amy.
And we are back with another episode of Phoenix Wright Ace Attorney. Last time we messed up. And by that I mean we came to a very difficult portion of the trial for the Turnabout Samurai chapter, and we lost. And so that means we are back this week for revenge. I've looked up a bit. It was a little bit ago, and I will say, hi everybody, first of all, welcome to the channel. Please subscribe and ring that bell. It helps you out a lot, and it helps us out a lot too, and we appreciate it. I am great at remembering certain things. I have like a very good memory about certain things, to the point where even sitting here, I could tell you about some of the stuff that we've done on these channels going back years. I could tell you about like individual things, etc. But also, maybe 10, 15 minutes ago, I read the walkthrough I read parts of the walkthrough for what we have to do for this trial.
Yeah.
Let's see how this episode goes. Anyway.
Okay, then.
I partially remember, but I partially don't. October 19th, 9:42 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1. Let's also see if I can remember all the voices that I used for these people. Mr. Wright? Yes? Why do you look so unhappy? Nothing. Really, it's nothing. Right, Mia? Uh-oh, she looks even unhappier. Phoenix, your client is now practically a dead man walking. Perhaps that's why I feel particularly close to him. This is no time for dead people jokes, please. You know we're going into this trial utterly defenseless. Yet, if Mr. Powers is truly innocent, we should be able to find something overlooked in the evidence to prove it. Something overlooked? We have to find something, Phoenix, today. It's that or lose the trial. This isn't going to be easy. Yeah, that's for damn sure. If only we'd known that well enough last time. All right, October 19th, 10 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is now in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution's ready, Your Honor. The defense is ready, Your Honor. Very well. Mr. Edgeworth, your opening statement, please. An unexpected fact has come to the attention of the court. Yesterday, we learned that there were other people present at the studios. Today, I would like to show evidence proving that they had nothing to do with the murder. Very well. You may call your first witness, Mr. Edgeworth. I wonder if it'll be that producer. The prosecution calls Mr. Sal Manella to the stand. Or that director.
He's so gross.
Will the witness state his name and profession? Now, I've used 2 different voices for this dude. Maybe I'll actually remember one of them. How rude can you get? Yeah, I think that's one of them. You don't know me? I'm the director. I make the Steel Samurai, noob. Raffle. Sal Manella. I'm a director. Television. Were you at Global Studios on the day of the murder? Yes, Your Honor. Very well. Please testify to the court about the events of that day. Phoenix, let's start by picking this testimony apart. If Powers is innocent, you know what that means. Someone in the trailer on that day did it. Right. She doesn't waste any time putting on the pressure. The day of the murder. I was at the studios from around 9 o'clock that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch. We were in the meeting until around 4. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs. That's about it. The time of Mr. Hammer's death was 2:30 p.m., and according to your testimony, you were in a meeting at that time. Mr. Wright, you may begin your cross-examination. Yes, Your Honor.
I was at the studios from around 9 o'clock that morning. During the morning, I was doing, an action scene run-through. It took a lot more time than I thought it would. I hear that everyone else ate lunch in the employee area, but I had a meeting in the Studio 2 trailer, so I ended up skipping lunch.
Which is not true. So in the end, you didn't get to eat?
Yeah, no steak at least. Can't you believe it?
That must have been tough. Phoenix. Yeah? Doesn't something about that seem odd to you? Not at all. It's a little vague or it's contradictory.
It's contradictory because we found the plates outside of the trailer where people were eating steak.
Correct. Yeah, it does seem odd now that you mention it. Mr. Manella.
What did you want?
Sweats.
When I went to...
Oh, sorry. That's Phoenix's... Fuck.
Phoenix's voice changes to that. That
exactly.
would be amazing.
Sorry, sir, you have a very strong accent. It messed me up. When I went to Studio 2, I saw something on the table there. There were 2 plates, the same kind of plates as the ones in the employee area. Who ate lunch there?
No, good call, Sweats. I was embarrassed, so I didn't mention it.
He was embarrassed that you mentioned this last week, but he was embarrassed that he ate lunch, so he didn't mention it.
But I did eat, after all.
Ugh, so gross.
That animation is ridiculous. A T-bone steak, you mean?
Yeah, well, I mean, the assistant went through all that trouble. I brought it to the trailer, thinking I could eat it later.
So gross.
Clearly a man who likes to eat. I'd suspected as much. Which, by the way, as a bigger guy, I take offense to that. Just because he's big, I mean, first of all, he's making that weird-ass face. I get
That's
it.
disgusting.
I'm going to go ahead and assume that's what he means by that, as opposed to just, he's overweight and he ate. Eating lunch is not something to, like, criticize somebody
Right,
for. Like, clearly a man who likes to eat. One of his 3 meals a day? Yeah, I suppose he does. Just like any other human being that chooses to eat 3 meals a day. Anyway.
Which is, the typical.
So when exactly did you eat? We took one break during that meeting. I, wolfed it down then, drool.
A mental image I will carry with me to my grave. Again, just him eating. Wait a second. If they took a break in that meeting, that contradicts his testimony. I'll press on that one a bit more.
We were in the meeting until around 4 o'clock. During the meeting, well, I'm pretty sure no one left their chairs.
You didn't take a single break?
Well, yeah, not a one.
Sweats. What's he sweating so much about, I wonder? If only I had an idea. Wait a second. Maybe I do have an idea. Press him harder. Wait a second. Mr. Manella, you just contradicted yourself. Didn't you just tell the court that you ate that T-bone steak during a break?
Oops, Raffle.
Well? Mr. Manella, what's this all about?
Well, yeah, I guess we did take a little break.
Phoenix, great job. If they took a break, one of them could have gone to the studio during that time. Your Honor, I call on the witness to testify to the court about this break. Very well. Mr. Manella, your testimony, please. Uh-oh. Edgeworth is laughing.
Who cares?
It just usually means that
He's
he
doing
knows.
literally nothing else.
Right. But it means that he knows, or typically that would mean that he knows that this line of questioning isn't going to lead anywhere,
Yeah.
you know? So anyway, the break.
He's so ugly.
Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break, Raffle. But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12. Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, LOL.
Like, why would you make that face after saying that? Disgusting.
That's only just enough time to eat a T-bone steak if you ask me, Steams.
I don't think it would even be enough time for that, but that's just me. Very well, you may begin the cross-examination.
Time for me to eat a T-bone steak, I can tell you that.
For me, it depends on how it's cooked.
Yeah, for what it's worth, we took a break. Raffle.
I don't think this was what I had to press them on. What time exactly did you take this break?
I'd say it was from around 2:30 or so until 2:45.
2:30. That's the time of death. So he could have gone to Studio 1, killed Hammer, and come back. I guess it's possible time-wise.
But it was only 15 minutes. 15! That's only 13 in base 12.
What does that mean?
I don't remember what base 12 is offhand. I think it's a computer term.
No.
I could be wrong. People can leave it in the comments if they'd like.
Not enough time for someone to say, commit murder in Studio 1, LOL.
Why is that? Haven't we had enough of this pointless line of questioning? Your Honor, the testimony to this point has made one certain fact painfully clear. The people in the trailer had nothing to do with this murder. It was impossible for any of them to go to Studio 1.
What?
Something wrong, Mr. Wright? Surely you aren't suggesting one of the people in the trailer went to Studio 1? Well, Mr. Wright?
Phoenix, this is critical. Think about it before you give your answer.
Do you claim someone from the trailer went to Studio 1?
Yes?
We tried that, and we were wrong.
Oh, okay. So we had to say it's impossible?
I don't want to write off so many possible suspects, but I can't keep claiming the impossible either. I agree that it was impossible for anyone in the trailer to go to the studio in that time. I thought you might be thoughtlessly treading on thin ice again. But I see you had at least an inkling of the truth. What do you mean, Mr. Edgeworth? It's quite simple. True, the break in the trailer meeting came right at the time of death. However, the path from there to the scene of the crime was blocked. So that didn't come out yet.
Right.
And even though we knew that, Edgeworth called us out on it last time
Right.
and destroyed us, ruined everything that we were trying to do. The fallen Mrs. Monkeyhead barred the way. At around 2:15, a strong gust of wind knocked off the studio mascot's head. Ergo, when the people in the trailer took a break at 2:30, the way to the studio was blocked. Blocked by Mrs. Monkey's severed head. It's actually Mr. Monkey, but Edgeworth has a point, and somehow I feel no desire to correct him. Oh, I felt a desire to correct him multiple times. I believe we've seen enough evidence. I would like to relieve Mr. Manella from the stand.
What? It's over?
Very well. The court's opinion on this case is as follows. We have found that there were several other people in Studio 2 on the day of the murder. However, it is also clear that none of these people could have gone to Studio 1. They therefore have no relation to this case. Furthermore, with regards to the photo of the Steel Samurai, given the size of the costume, no one other than Mr. Powers could have worn it that day. All that is lacking is decisive evidence that he is the one who did it. If we had that, I'm afraid I would have to find Mr. Powers guilty. Your Honor, the prosecution is pleased to announce that we indeed have decisive evidence. A witness. Who is this witness, Mr. Edgeworth?
It's the little cutie.
My witness saw the very moment when the Steel Samurai skewered the victim. Order! I will have order! I see. The court will take a 10-minute recess, after which we will hear your witness. Court is adjourned for recess.
This is basically just a hearing, right? Because the judge is the one making the decision. So why are there all these people here?
No, it's considered a trial. Well, first of all, it could be just the gallery. I don't know how the courtroom is set
Yeah,
up.
but for a hearing?
Again, it's not a hearing. This is the trial.
No, I understand. But if a judge is the one who's...
Not all trials have to be jury trials. It could be a bench trial.
Oh, okay.
And then the judge is the one that decides on
Okay,
it.
so there would be a gallery for that?
It all fully depends. It depends on the rules of the court. Depends on what the judge wants or desires.
Okay. I didn't realize it was that open.
There may be statutory protections depending on the type of trial that it is. There are certain trials that the public has a right to be present for or able to be present for. And there are certain ones where it is of the interest of the court to keep the courtroom sealed for that kind of a thing. Right. And then only approved individuals are allowed in.
I assume for like particularly famous people or that they can close the court for that as well. If the people involved in the trial say, for my protection or my privacy, we need this or something, right?
I don't know how much of a right they have to say that, because I think it's, like I said, I think it's based on the court's rules. Okay. I'm sure that the court officers would have a say in terms of any safety issues that they deem possible throughout a particular trial, that they may, for the sake of the judge and the safety of everyone in the room,
of course,
that the officers may say, you know what, we need to close this down and keep it closed.
Right, like, this person, it was very publicized, like what they may or may not have done.
Right.
And,
they've
been receiving like death threats or something like that.
Yeah.
Okay.
And so even if it's a courtroom where there are metal detectors and you have to go through security to even enter the courthouse in the first place, it still may be in the interest of the officers present to seal the courtroom and not allow non-approved individuals in, even the public. Right. And again, that may come up against statutory protections. It all depends.
Okay. Interesting.
And
so that would statutory would imply, right, that it would depend on the state that you're holding the trial in, right?
Yes, and the type of court.
Okay.
Right, like if it's the highest court versus the lower courts and etc. There's so many different factors in determining that. But yes, it would be by state, unless there's a national law, which is very unlikely for state to state policing like that or whatever. So yes, here we are, October 19th, 11:04 a.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby number 1, because we're during our recess.
Oh, okay.
What do we do now, Mia? If everyone in that trailer has an alibi... I'm sorry, Phoenix. I guess I was wrong. Mia! Don't tell me you're giving up. If you give up, what hope do I have? Don't get me wrong. I've never given up on a trial before, not while there was a chance. Only one thing became clear in your cross-examination. The people in the trailer could not have gone to Studio One. I thought there was more to it than that, but I was wrong. That's all there is. What's gonna happen to me? It kinda seems like everyone in that courtroom thinks I did it. They think I'm a murderer. Don't worry, Mr. Powers. If you are innocent, we will prove it. I guarantee it. Leave it to us and be yourself. Be strong. You are the Steel Samurai, hero to children everywhere, after all. Thanks. Okay, Phoenix. This one's for the kids. Let's do it. We'll try. And by this one's for the kids, she means she is also a kid and very inappropriately postured for that.
She's not. The body that she's in is
still not
the body
okay.
that she has possessed in order to communicate with us. So gross and weird.
Yes. October 19th, 11:15 a.m., District Court, courtroom number 4. Court is back in session for the trial of Mr. Will Powers. The prosecution has a concern. As our witness is a grade schooler of tender years, and this is a murder case, we worry that the defense might cause unnecessary trauma with his cruel questioning. Nice to see Wow, I'll try that again. Nice to see Edgeworth taking the moral high ground. However, we have no choice. The prosecution calls Cody Hackins to the stand.
So cute.
Your Honor, perhaps you could arrange a box for him to stand on? Oh, right. Guard, please bring him a box. One of those donut crates should do.
Donuts don't come in crates. Like, they just don't.
Will the witness state his name and grade in school? Witness?
What? Just because you're all grown up doesn't mean you can push me around. Cody, answer his question, okay? Hey, it's you, the nice lady.
He's so great.
I'm Cody Hackins. I'm in 2nd grade. I get the feeling this is going to be a long, long day.
Mr. Edgeworth, please remember that you're speaking to a child. Try to be gentle.
I really feel bad for Edgeworth and how, like, just defiant every single witness of his is. Every fucking time, all he's asking for is your goddamn name. And every single one of them gives him a hard time about it.
They sure do.
Every fucking one.
They sure do.
I feel so bad for him. I really do. But, you know, when your ascot looks that ridiculous, you kind of get what you deserve, I guess.
I was gonna say, it's his own fault.
Exactly.
That's so funny. Witness, Cody.
He's having trouble with this gentle thing.
You were present, you were at Global Studios on the day of the, incident.
You got a problem with that?
As he takes out he takes out a sword in the courtroom. I know I said it last time, it doesn't matter, that's ridiculous.
It's probably a toy.
Who cares? They wouldn't have let him in with that.
If it's not metal, if it's just a plastic sword.
They would have let a child into a courtroom with a toy sword.
No, probably not.
Thank you. I was like, listen to what you just said. Say it back again. Please tell us what you saw that day.
What, Pops? You want me to tell you and Gramps with the beard over there?
Just... Mr. Edgeworth will be fine. I prefer bearded gentlemen myself.
A very long day.
Incidentally, photographic equipment is strictly forbidden in this courtroom. My apologies, Your Honor. He said he wouldn't testify if he couldn't bring it. I'd like special permission if that's possible.
Wait, you're saying you had to bargain terms with a kid and you lost? Hey, I just got this new camera. Don't really know how to use it all that good yet, but I bring it with me wherever I go. Phoenix, wonder if he had that camera on the day of the murder. You better make a note of it in the court record. Cody's camera added to the court record. A new digital camera, Cody always carries it, though he's still learning how to use it.
Very well, Cody. Please testify to the court about what you saw the day of the incident. Witness's account.
I wanted to see a Steel Samurai rehearsal just once. I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady couldn't catch me, or wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell ya. Anyway, I couldn't get into the studio, so I went home.
Very well. The defense may begin its cross-examination. But be gentle. Remember, you're talking to a child.
This kid's tougher than most adults we see in here, honestly.
Yeah. Factual.
Amazing. Alright, so we're gonna have to go through a lot of this, if I recall correctly, for what we have to do here.
I found a map on the internet and went to the studios that day. I went through the woods off the path so that old lady wouldn't catch me. I was going for the studio. I got kind of lost on the way, though, for about 30 minutes. When I came out by the studio, there was the Steel Samurai. It totally rocked. Right before my eyes, out came the bad guy. Of course, the Steel Samurai took him down. Pow! If I had my camera with me, that would have been the time for a shot, I tell ya.
Attorney's badge. Perfect.
Yeah. Cody, What you just said seems, well, a little strange. Didn't you say before that you always bring your digital camera wherever you go? You were quite clear about that.
Huh?
Huh? Cody, you shouldn't lie here. You understand that, right? Mr. Wright, a word with you. Uh-oh. Was I putting the pressure on too much? What is this digital camera contraption you're talking about?
Oh my god.
Ha! Ha!
Kill me.
Judge, god damn it. It's, a digital camera, Your Honor. It's kind of a new sort of camera.
That's like when people ask you what a word means, and you just like use the word in the definition.
Yeah. How do I explain that? I see. Anyway, Cody, I can't believe you wouldn't bring your camera on a trip to the studios. You did bring it, didn't you?
Why is he crying? I love him.
Because we caught him in a lie.
I don't want to catch him in a lie. I want to cradle him in my arms.
That's a little weird. We'll move on. Mr. Wright, how cruel you are to terrorize a poor child so. I don't care if he's a child or a prosecuting attorney. No one should lie in court. What do you mean, or a prosecuting attorney? Well, Cody? What? Yeah, so I had my camera, so what? You got a problem with that? Jesus Christ.
He wants to keep the picture, so he doesn't want to submit it to them.
I guess. So you did have a camera? And did you use this camera? Why would I use it? I was too busy watching. Very well. Please testify to the court about what you were so busy watching. What I saw. Yeah, I had my camera with me, but I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. He's so strong. The Steel Samurai rules. Is that all? Well, that was brief. Mr. Wright, your cross-examination. Puffed up face. Yeah, I had my camera with me. But I was glued to the action. I couldn't take my eyes off it. The Steel Samurai, he goes for the bad guy. Wham! Then the bad guy stopped moving. Why? Huh? What do you mean, why? Why wasn't the bad guy moving? Well, 'cause the Steel Samurai brought him to justice! And how exactly did he do that? How did he do it? With a samurai kick and a samurai punch, samurai chop, samurai slap, something like that. He's still being vague about this. What? Don't give me that look, Pops! How should I play this? Wait and see what happens or press him harder?
Press him harder. Did he not actually see it?
Cody? What? Something's bothering me. Before, you said that you couldn't take your eyes off the action. Yeah? So what? Yet you missed the most important part. What is the meaning of this? The witness has stated what he saw quite clearly.
No, he has not.
You know as well as I do that he's being vague. Tell me, what kind of murderer uses a samurai slap? My point is this. Cody, you may have seen some of the Steel Samurais fight, but you missed the most important part, the killing blow. Order! Order! Mr. Wright, how could this be? Can you explain how he might have missed something so vital? That's the thing. Phoenix, I believe you're on the right track with this. Think, why didn't Cody see the climax of the fight?
He was trying to use the camera to take a picture, but he couldn't.
I know you. You can figure this out.
Because he doesn't know how to use it.
Mr. Wright, your answer. We have ascertained that this young boy is a great fan of the Steel Samurai. Why wouldn't he watch the climax of the fight?
He couldn't watch it. He was watching something else or show evidence.
Show evidence.
Yeah, if you think it's the camera. Your Honor, I have evidence.
Evidence?
Yes, Your Honor.
Why did Cody look away from the fight?
Here's my proof.
What's that? The camera?
The witness stated that he recently received this camera.
Yes, I'm aware of that. I've been in this room the whole time. I may not know what it is, but I'm not actually an idiot.
Yes, he is.
He wasn't entirely familiar with its operation.
I'm aware of that too, and neither am I, so if someone could fucking explain it to me.
Correct. Why would Cody be looking somewhere else at the critical moment? Because he was looking at his camera. He was trying to take a picture. Hey! Bullseye. What's your problem, Pops? You got a thing for picking on little kids? Pressing, not picking. Good job, Phoenix. Cody was lying, clearly. Smart of you to realize there was no way he could just stand there watching his hero and not take a picture. Right. Right. Cody, there was only one reason why you would have looked away from the fight, and that was because you wanted to take a picture. But having just received your camera, you weren't used to using it yet. So you missed the climax of the fight, correct? Yeah. Well, Phoenix, I'll bet you anything he's hiding more than that. Have him testify again. Right. Mia means business. Your Honor, the defense would like to request that Cody Hackins testify once more.
Very well. Cody, could you please tell us about your camera? And about why you didn't take a picture of the fight?
Welcome to the real world, kid. Aw, no photo.
So cute.
Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep.
Anything strange in that testimony, Mr. Wright?
I'm not sure, but I'd like to proceed with the cross-examination anyway. Did you hear what was wrong in that?
He definitely lied at the end. He was like, "That's all that happened. Yep, that's all that happened."
There was actually something before it.
Oh, there was.
Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai had just escaped from the clutches of the villain.
Okay, so the bad guy, as he would say, was holding on to the Steel Samurai in some way.
Which is not anything that we've ever heard before.
No.
So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah. Did you notice anything unusual? Well, I guess the Steel Samurai was moving a little strange. Moving strangely? So I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. That's all that happened. Yep. What am I missing? Hold on. Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain.
You pressed that one. Right?
Yeah, I did, but... Oh, did I?
Moving a little strangely.
No, that he said in when we pressed. Hold on. Did I press this one? So you did see the beginning of the fight? Yeah, we did. We just did that. Okay. Yeah, did you notice anything unusual? I guess... Okay. Moving a little strange. Moving strangely. Okay. So I held up my camera to take a picture. The Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches. Okay, so what if we present the picture of the Steel Samurai?
Okay.
Maybe? I don't... See, here we go. Here's where I don't remember what to do exactly, but we'll see. This evidence clearly... Nope, we were wrong.
How exactly are that evidence and the statement just now related?
They aren't, are they?
Nope, not at all. Mr. Wright, please think over the facts before making accusations.
I don't think that went over any points with the judge. Yeah, I know. Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain, so I held up my camera to take a picture. Why couldn't you take a picture? My new camera has too many buttons. I couldn't figure it out. I tried to take a picture. I really tried. But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. Do we present the camera to him then? This evidence... God damn it. I'm really bad at this.
Maybe you don't present anything. You
No,
just
I do.
press him on that.
Nope. I mean, I'll press him on it, but I think I present something, yeah. The lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. When the lens opened, what did you see? Well, a person on the ground and the Steel Samurai. I don't know, man. Just what? Go ahead. Yeah, because there was so much of this that we didn't get. Like, this is a lot of new stuff now.
Right.
So, like, when I was reading it in the walkthrough of, like, what they said to do, it didn't make any sense because we hadn't seen it yet. So when it's like, then say this, then do this. Like, all right. So,
But the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. We pressed him on that.
Yeah, and I
So
think
press him on that last line.
that's all?
Yeah.
All right.
So we can say, is that really everything?
That's all? Yeah, I told you I didn't take the picture. I would have once I got that lens open. Did he really not take a picture? Not even one? Press him hard or let it slide?
Press him hard.
Nah, he definitely would have taken a picture. There's gotta be something here I can use. Cody! Listen up, Cody Hackins. I know exactly what happened that day. You took a picture. Hey! Bullseye? How did you know?
I told you he took a fucking picture.
I see through all your lies, Cody Hackins. It's one of my powers. Wow! This feels great.
Wow.
Yeah, I took a picture.
Perhaps you can change your testimony to reflect this, Cody.
I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about. Yeah, you're right, Pops. The Steel Samurai just escaped from the clutches of the villain. So I held up my camera to take a picture, but the lens wouldn't open in time, so I missed it. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. This evidence clearly... Why? If it has the pictures on it, it would reveal that...
That's messed up.
So angry.
That's messed up.
Whatever, we can just press them on it, I guess.
I mean, I guess we can. I guess we can check the scrapbook. Maybe you put the pictures in the scrapbook.
You erased them? Yeah. Why would you erase a picture of your beloved Steel Samurai victorious? Well, you know. Why would I want to keep a picture like that? He's becoming less and less cooperative. I better find a clear contradiction soon, or some solid evidence. How can I pick holes in such a short testimony? There has to be something. Dig up the dirt, Phoenix. Find out what this kid's all about. Alright, so maybe you're right.
Yeah, present the scrapbook.
Alright, let's try it. We don't have too many more shots at this. I took a few shots, but it was too late, so I erased them. Here we go. You were absolutely right. Good job, Amy. Cody! What? Man, every time you say Cody, you follow it with something bad.
Oh, no. No, Cody, good.
Wow. Jesus. I just wanted to thank you for giving me this the other day. Huh? Oh, right. What was it you told me then?
I go to every live performance. I always take a picture when the Steel Samurai lands the final blow. Wazam! I got 'em all. I never missed one. A perfect collection.
Cody, did you really get a picture of the Steel Samurai standing victorious over his foe? If you did, I find it hard to believe that you would just erase it. Wouldn't you keep it for your album?
Ah!
Mr. Wright, what exactly is this album?
It's called Path to Glory. It's a collection of pictures of the Steel Samurai, all taken by Cody Hackins. He claims it's a perfect collection of every battle the Steel Samurai has won.
I see.
Don't you find this very odd, Your Honor? Among all his pictures of the Steel Samurai, none were taken that day.
Order! Mr. Wright, have you an explanation? If the Steel Samurai had just defeated his adversary, I certainly would expect to see a picture of it in his album, or in this album.
Exactly my point, Your Honor. No. Wait. No way! Phoenix? I think we finally discovered the truth. And what a truth it is. Mia, are we sure about this? Did he actually... Yes. I'm pretty sure what you're thinking is right. Tell them, Phoenix. Tell them what the truth is.
Mr. Wright, please explain to the court what is going on here.
Do you know what's going on here?
I think so.
What?
We have the fucking picture in the scrapbook.
No, we don't.
Why was there no picture in the album from the day of the murder?
We don't.
Because he has it.
Why would the boy have erased the photos that he took?
The photos were blurry, he erased them by mistake, or the Steel Samurai didn't win.
Oh. Okay.
I can think of only one reason, Your Honor. The Steel Samurai didn't win. That's why Cody deleted those photos.
You mean the Steel Samurai lost?
Well, Cody, I'm right, aren't I? Tell the truth. The bad guy defeated the Steel Samurai.
Okay. See, I thought he was lying because he wanted to keep the picture.
Right.
And he didn't want to give it to any of these people who were asking him for it because it was evidence. But he doesn't care about evidence. He cares about the picture. So he's not going to give it to them. He's going to say he didn't take one.
Right.
But what actually happened was the Steel Samurai didn't win. He didn't like that, and he didn't need a picture of that, so...
He deleted it and doesn't want to tell anybody that his hero lost.
Right.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. But that's losing a fight.
No.
Like...
It's not a fight, because it wasn't during the test, it was at the death.
No, I know. But the Steel Samurai wasn't the victim.
So that's what we have to try to determine here. Were there some clothes being swapped or something, like some outfits?
So
I'm
weird.
unclear. It's
Okay.
unclear.
No way! No! It's impossible! The Steel Samurai never loses! He never loses to anyone ever!
Your Honor, the witness has revealed everything with his words. There was a reason why he lied and told us he didn't take a picture. The same reason he erased his precious photos. For Cody, it was inconceivable that the Steel Samurai could be defeated. However, Cody witnessed the impossible. He saw the Steel Samurai lose. Yet to admit what he saw would destroy everything he believed in. That's why he lied and said the Steel Samurai won. He couldn't handle the truth.
Order! I will have order! Witness, I mean, Cody, is this true? What did you see? Tell the court what you saw.
Oh, he's so cute.
Cody, that day, you saw the Steel Samurai lose a fight, right?
Okay. You're right. The Steel Samurai fell down. Then he didn't move.
Order! 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 What kind of stunt are you trying to pull, Wright? The Steel Samurai was the murderer, not the victim. Yet according to your witness's testimony, the Steel Samurai was the one who fell. This judge... Mr. Wright, what's going on?
Apparently, we have all made a serious error.
An error? What's this all about?
Hammer was the victim. Steel Samurai was the victim. There was no victim.
I have no idea.
I wouldn't either. But thank God, because we were very low on pips to lose here.
Yeah.
I do remember. The answer is Steel Samurai was the victim, which again, still makes no sense, but let's see how it shakes out.
Okay. But we'll figure it out as we go.
Exactly!
Got
we know
it.
it's right, we just don't know why it's right.
Exactly. It's Phoenix Wright. We know it's right, but we don't know how. Present this evidence. That's not good
Exactly.
evidence. Present this evidence. It's not good evidence.
If you understand what really happened, it's actually quite simple. At the end of the fight, the Steel Samurai fell to the ground and lay still. In other words, the Steel Samurai was not the killer, he was the victim. Don't you see? Jack Hammer was the Steel Samurai.
Order! 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 So, the Steel Samurai in this photograph. You're saying the man in the costume was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer?
That's what I'm saying, Your Honor. Jack Hammer was present at the action scene run-through that morning. Thus, he obviously knew about Will Powers' foot injury.
But wait! Hadn't Mr. Hammer gone to Studio One already?
That's what everyone thought. But remember what Ms. Oldbag said in her testimony? On the day of the murder, I arrived at the guard station at 1 p.m. Did I see poor old Hammer? Nope. He'd already gone to the studio before I got back to the guard station. Mr. Jack Hammer left the employee area after lunch. However, no one saw him going to Studio One, nor was there a picture of him. He waited for Mr. Powers to take a nap in his dressing room. Then, he snuck into the dressing room and stole the Steel Samurai costume.
So who was he trying to kill?
But why would the victim do such a thing?
I don't know. I get it. Huh? I thought that the Steel Samurai was moving strange. So it was a different person inside the suit. Pops! Huh? Me? What? Actually, there was one piece of data I saved. Data? Yeah, a photo on my digital camera. What?
Show us, quick! Everybody's slamming the goddamn tables.
No way, man. Not if you're gonna look at me like that.
No!
Oh, God.
Here,
Stop.
this is it.
Just ask him to, instead of being so demanding.
Okay, so this is him standing in front of Studio 2.
Well, looking at this, it's still a little hard to say. I'm afraid that it could be anyone in that costume. Your opinion, Mr. Wright?
I agree, Your Honor. This isn't decisive evidence.
I'm sorry, this doesn't look like it's the proof we need. I'll give it back.
Wait, Phoenix. Mia? What? Look at that photo once more. That's it, Phoenix. That photo is all the evidence you need to win this trial.
Oh, jeez.
What?
No fucking way.
Your Honor, may I see that photo once more, please?
Certainly. I don't see why not.
Phoenix, show him. There's a glaring, decisive inconsistency with the facts as we know them in that photo.
I have no idea what she's talking about.
Find the inconsistency in the photo. I know.
The spear.
It's not broken.
Okay.
Oh, present E. I think it's here.
You seem to be lacking even more confidence than usual.
I suppose that's because I'm not confident about it at all.
Maybe you want to rethink your case, Mr. Wright.
Yes, please, Your Honor. God damn it. Okay. Wait. Studio 2. Didn't he die in Studio 1 and the trailer was in Studio 2?
Yeah.
There we go. Your Honor, look at this. I see. A gate? Might I draw your attention to the number on that gate?
The number? Ah, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2.
Oh, okay. Here's my guess. Here's my guess as to what's going on. And again, the walkthrough only tells me the things to say or whatever, so it's not because I looked at the walkthrough. Here's my guess. Hammer dressed up as the Steel Samurai and went to Studio 2 because the director and the producers were having a meeting. And if you remember in that meeting, a lot of the things that we learned from the producer is that Jack Hammer's getting on in years and they're using him less and less.
Oh.
And so they're possibly thinking of getting rid of him. And so if
he goes to Studio 2 to listen in on the meeting?
I mean, or to kill somebody or threaten them.
Okay.
But, I mean, because someone kills him, right? But if he's the victim as the Steel Samurai, right, when he's in the Steel Samurai costume, then someone kills him.
Yeah, but they can't kill him at Studio 2 and then drag his lifeless body all the way over to Studio 1.
Correct. So then maybe we'll find out what led to the monkey falling over, because I have never bought that it was the wind. So if he is running from Studio 2 to Studio 1 and being chased by somebody, maybe
yes,
that
but you have
commotion...
to think about the time that the head fell. It was prior to the time of death.
Yeah, because then they had to get into Studio 1. The murder needs to happen.
Oh, yeah, okay.
But again, this is all conjecture. I don't technically know, but we'll find out.
Okay.
Oh, yes. Well, it's hard to see, but it looks like a 2.
Clearly not a 1, Your Honor. Correct? Ugh! I believe Mr. Edgeworth sees what I'm getting at.
But that's impossible. What's this all about? Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
Yes!
Oh my god. This judge is fucking stupid, man. Like, we could sit here and say, oh, these are like a couple of possibilities of what this could mean, you know, but he's like, I don't understand any of this, and my eyes are open very wide, and I've never heard of a digital camera. Okay, dude.
Please explain so that I might be shocked along with the rest of the court.
I'll use the studio guide map. The body was found here, in Studio 1. However, what do you see in this photo taken at the time of the murder? It does not say 1 on that gate in the photo. Your Honor, here is the true scene of the crime. Show the judge where the murder took place. Wow.
Okay.
So now the
murder
question...
did take place in Studio 2, apparently.
Either that or it took place at the crossroads, which is why the head falls over.
Yeah.
But I don't know. I'm so...
I think what they're telling you to do here is say that it occurred at Studio 2 and that the head probably fell on purpose when the person was trying to make it seem like people at Studio 1 would not have been able to get to Studio 2.
But 2:30 is the time of death, according to the coroner's report, not when the body was found in Studio 1.
Yeah.
So if the head falls at 2:15, but he dies at 2:30, that doesn't make sense.
Yeah, but that's not when the head fell, did it?
I thought the head fell, you said, prior to the murder.
Yeah, but I didn't think it was 2:15.
Right,
I thought it was
2:15.
like 1 in the afternoon or something.
Sure, 2:15's when the break started. So there wasn't enough time to get from Studio 2 to Studio 1 to kill, but there would have been enough time to kill in Studio 2. Or right outside of it. See, that's the thing, right? Because otherwise the producer or the director would have seen the other one killing him. So it had to have been outside of Studio 2 because they were outside in that 15-minute break eating. Or at least the director was. So the producer is most likely the killer, by the way, if that's a question. Because I was curious as to who it was actually going to be. I think it was the producer. She is very big and tall, if we recall.
Right.
So the murder either happened right outside of Studio 2 or at this intersection here. I'm just not sure which.
Okay. Well, pick a place and find out.
It's still, this head thing really bothers me. So I really, really think it's like right here.
Okay. So click it.
It was here!
What does that have to do with the number on the gate and the phone?
Okay, so fine, it's right outside. Well, sorry, Your Honor, I guess I hadn't thought it that far through yet.
Think it through before you point at the map this time, Mr. Wright. Once again, where is the scene of this crime?
Okay, show the judge where the murder took place, blah, blah, let's go. Thank you. So it's gonna be like right outside of Studio 2. Like here?
I don't think it's that nuanced, babe. I think you just click.
Here, at Studio 2.
I see. That would explain the 2 on the gate in the photo.
Your Honor, I find it very significant that the murder took place in Studio 2. The trailer is there, the path was blocked, or no filming is done there.
The trailer is there, and the path was blocked. I don't know, like...
I think the path was blocked.
Well...
No filming is done there, aka, like, there would be no cameras to catch the crime, but...
I don't think it's that.
I think it's the path was blocked.
Yeah, the path was blocked.
The path to the trailer was blocked!
So we've heard.
The path was blocked at 2:15. It was 2:15.
Okay.
In other words, the victim went to Studio 2 before that time.
Yes, I suppose that would be the case.
Remember Mr. Salmonella's testimony? Allow me to remind the court. He said no one in the trailer was guilty because they could not have gone to Studio 1.
Right.
That's what I said, as well. Yet, in actuality, the reverse was true. Only someone in the trailer could have committed this murder. They were the only ones with access to the scene of the crime. Studio 2. The kid's still standing there this whole time.
Yeah.
As you may recall, there is a trailer in Studio 2. Now, on that day, a meeting was held in that very trailer. There was a break in the meeting corresponding to the time of death. During that break, Mr. Salmonella and Ms. D. Vasquez were outside eating steak. They were at the scene of the crime.
Order! Order!
The defense makes the following claims. The scene of the crime was Studio 2. The person that the security guard, Ms. Oldbag, saw was the victim, Mr. Jack Hammer. Mr. Hammer, for some reason, stole a steel samurai costume. Then he went to Studio 2.
This is madness. Jack Hammer is the victim. The victim! Why would he steal a steel samurai costume? Are you suggesting he did so to cover up the details of his own murder?
Well, no, of course not.
Or do you have proof? Give me proof that the victim Jack Hammer stole the costume.
I have proof or I don't have proof.
We have the vial, the drugs that were given in...
To put him to sleep?
Yeah, in the dressing room. I don't know if that's the proof they're looking for, but we have it.
We'll find out. I have proof!
You do? You do, Mr. Wright?
Now that they're so surprised, suddenly I'm much less confident. I think I'm right, though. Here's my proof that Jack Hammer stole the costume. This is it.
An empty medicine bottle?
I found this on the table in the employee area. The same table where Mr. Hammer and Mr. Powers ate. The label reads, sleeping pills.
Sleeping pills?
The defendant, Mr. Powers, spent that entire afternoon sleeping. He was drugged by Mr. Hammer. Nicely done, Amy.
You're welcome.
Wait a moment. That bottle does raise some suspicions, yes, but there is no proof that Mr. Hammer used it.
Your Honor, I have an idea. Test Powers' blood, fingerprint the bottle, or examine Hammer's body.
You can't test Powers' blood, because that would be long gone by now.
Correct.
Fingerprint the bottle, I suppose you could do, but at this point, that's kind of stupid. Examine Hammer's body, maybe.
Oh, I think it's fingerprint the bottle, but...
Okay. I don't know. I have no idea.
An idea? Very well, let's hear it.
I want to check this bottle for fingerprints. If my claim is true, Mr. Hammer's fingerprints should show up on this bottle.
I suppose you're right. Very well, the court will take possession of the bottle.
Empty bottle given to the judge.
I don't understand why we as trial lawyers have to care about, like, doing forensics. Like, that's not our fucking job.
That's not true. District attorney's offices have investigators.
Yes, trial lawyers aren't them.
Well, I mean, the prosecuting attorney is the district attorney, right? Or it's typically a district attorney, or
Yeah.
how we would understand it. They have investigators in their office. They can investigate crimes. The defense can do the exact same thing. In fact, I can reference for you to understand, we watched Making a Murderer, right?
Yeah.
Season 2 of Making a Murderer. This I don't believe gives away a lot for the show, if people haven't seen it. But that woman, that defense attorney who took over his case, had a lot of investigators doing a lot of things for her. She
Yeah.
was able to hire those people to do tests on all that equipment. she was
but
able to get
she's
access
not
to all that
An
evidence.
investigator investigating forensic evidence during a trial. That doesn't make any sense.
I mean, you could be given leeway if this is when this all comes to light.
Okay, so what, we're gonna have another recess again because we want fingerprints?
Look,
The court will suspend proceedings on the current trial for today.
Okay.
so yes.
Cody Hackins' testimony has revealed new possibilities in this case. In fact, things may have happened very differently than we previously thought. The steel samurai seen by Ms. Oldbag may have been the victim, Jack Hammer. The scene of the crime was not Studio 1, but Studio 2. And those in the trailer did have time to commit murder. Mr. Wright,
Yes, Your Honor?
your homework is to find the answer to the following question.
Your homework?
Why would Mr. Hammer steal the steel samurai costume? Also, who killed him and why? Find the answers for me by tomorrow.
That's a lot of homework.
Mr. Edgeworth, You will need to reconsider your stance in this case. Above all, you will need to reconsider your suspicion of Mr. Will Powers.
As you say, Your Honor.
This trial will be extended until tomorrow. This is the last extension. Very well. Court is adjourned.
October 19th, 2:47 p.m., District Court, Defendant Lobby, number 1. Phew! That was a close one. We were saved by a hair, but that's all that counts. I thought seriously about going home about 3 times during the trial. Me too.
Really? You both seemed so confident.
Ha! Maybe I should take up a career in acting. I was ready to pronounce you dead about 3 times back there. Me too. Jesus, guys.
Why would you say that to your client?
Dead?
Of course we're kidding.
Are you sure?
I wasn't kidding. Now, Mr. Powers, we have to go make our final investigation. But I promise you, we'll find the true killer by tomorrow's trial.
Right. Thanks.
I like how he's holding a hanky when he's crying.
Yeah.
Or when he's worried.
We did it! We finally got through that very difficult thing that we had to do.
Yay!
Jesus.
Wow, that was like so nuanced and like fucked.
It was like very mentally exhausting as
Yeah.
well. Holy crap.
Damn.
Even the things that I had looked up, I just like I said earlier, right? I didn't memorize everything.
And this is only chapter 2 of this story. I mean,
Yeah, 3, right?
3.
Because 1 was our friend Butts. 2 was Mia's death, and then the investigation of that. This is 3.
Still.
Yes.
I mean, out of how many? Like 6 or 5?
That I couldn't tell. Yeah, episode 3. See, so. Anyway, so I don't know. I don't know how many there are total. They didn't say.
Oh, it doesn't show it?
No.
Okay.
No, that's those are the save slots that you're thinking of there, I think.
Oh.
So yeah, I'm offhand. I do not know. I could look it up, but regardless, yeah, no, very mentally exhausting was this one. Well, you just told us what you think. I could ask further, but we just talked about it. We'll talk more.
You could press me further?
Yeah, exactly. Press harder. we'll talk more in the coming weeks. And hey, folks, I mentioned earlier about subscribing and ringing that bell being super helpful. The reason is because you'll get notifications whenever any of our videos come out, including the continuation of this series next week. Thank you all so very much for joining us. We really hope that everybody enjoyed it. We would love, as always, to hear your thoughts down in the comments below.
Yes. If you guys had a much easier time with this than we did, I want to know, and I want to know why. Like, what are the things that went through your mind to be able to go through this in a much easier way than we did?
Right.
I'd be fascinated to know that because there were so many aspects of this where it just took so much to get where we needed to go, and the path that we needed to take to get there didn't seem like it existed.
Yeah.
So I want to know what you guys think.
Well, I think it was also like, the game has set parameters for how to get to the different conclusions. We thought of other ways of doing that, and when we tried to do it, obviously we got stonewalled because it's not the way that the game wanted it to be done.
Yeah.
But arguably, if this were real life, you could have gotten there any of the ways or many of the ways that we thought of.
Maybe.
It's just, depending on, it's all about the theory of the case versus the actuality, right? But we could have, looking on the camera for the photo.
Right.
If it existed on the camera,
I mean, that's part of the evidence that would have been looked at prior to the trial.
Exactly.
I mean,
it was entered into when he came into the courtroom. With
all
him.
right,
but
still,
regardless,
that would have been the first thing we would have done.
Correct.
In acquiring the camera
Right.
and putting it on the court record.
Yep.
Like, it just, I don't know, it's a bit silly. But yeah, I want to know what you guys think. Like, if your headspace was, right there where it needed to be for this particular trial, I want to know.
Yeah,
because our headspace seemed to be off on, Pluto. I don't know what.
we were all over the place. So yeah, definitely let us know if like Amy said, if you've played it before and it went well for you, tell us how. Or if you even, if you were watching this and you were like, how are they having so much trouble with it, And if you have never played this game before, but you're watching this, first of all, thanks either way. But let us know if you found it as difficult as we did, or if you were like, oh.
If you had a hard time with it, just like we did.
Yeah.
I'd like to know that as well.
Yeah.
Just not as badly as I'd like to know how you did it if it went a lot better.
Yeah, because even what I said about the producer probably being the murderer, I still suspect that, but I'm actually not as confident about it anymore. Just in terms of the data, he was wearing the Steel Samurai costume, but he did it, I think, because he wanted to listen in on the discussion that they were having in Studio 2. But then the murder happens in Studio 2, but who murders him? I still think it's the producer, but why and how? Whatever. Anyway.
Yeah.
So, yeah, for now, from us here at the Geek for All family of channels, I have been Joe.
And I'm Amy.
And as we always say, in whichever video of ours you watch next, we will see you all next time. Thanks, everybody.